Hello my children, welcome to Gordon Ramsay's cooking show. Sadly, Gordon is dead.
But I'm the next best thing. Thank you.
Today we will be making a high quality stir fry. Yum yum, bon appetit. Today my guest is Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Hi, I'm Bill Nye.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
And I will be talking about the science of cooking.
Wow.
First things first, let's talk about bonds. There are metallic, covalent, and ionic bonds. Imagine having an extra sandwich and you and your friend are very hungry. You then share the other sandwich with your friend because you both want to be happy. This is an example of ionic bonding. Ionic bonding occurs between a metal and a non-metal. A metal is more willing to give up their extra electron to a non-metal in order for them to be happy and follow the octet rule. The octet rule means that they have 8 valence electrons in their outermost shell. So imagine you have just a sandwich and your friend is hungry, but you do not have an extra sandwich. You then decide to share the sandwich with your friend. You cut it in half. This is an example of covalent bonding. Covalent bonding means that they share their valence electrons with each other in order for both of them to be happy. So covalent bonding is easier to break than ionic bonding because covalent bonding is just with valence electrons. And metallic bonds are a whole other can of worms that I can't even explain.
I'll be making chemistry jokes periodically. You're gonna need 15 grams of canola oil.
Canola oil is made up of fatty acids made up of covalently bonded carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen.
You're gonna need 200 grams of broccoli.
Broccoli, as well as most vegetables, are made up of H2O and CO of carbohydrates, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen.
You're gonna need 15 grams of water.
That's about 0.79 moles.
You're gonna need 100 grams of julienne carrots.
Julienne means matchstick cut carrots.
200 grams of snow peas, ends trimmed, 6 fresh shiitake mushrooms, slivered, 65 grams of sliced, drained water chestnuts, 65 grams of baby corn, 1 clove of garlic, minced, 5 grams of minced fresh ginger, 45 grams of soy sauce.
Soy sauce is made of acetic acid CH3CO2H, which has a molar mass of 60.05 grams per mole. That means 45 grams of soy sauce has about 0.7 moles of acetic acid.
45 grams of vegetable oil and 5 grams of cornstarch.
Starch is made up of covalently bonded glucose C6H12O6. That means there are 6 carbons bonding with 12 hydrogens and bonding with 6 oxygens. This is a covalent bond. C6H12O6 has a total molar mass of 180.156 grams per mole. I got this number by adding all of the atomic masses together and multiplying them by how many of the molecule, for example, there are. For example, 6 times 16. I multiplied 6 by the atomic mass of oxygen, which is 16. This means that 1 teaspoon of cornstarch is about 0.079 moles of glucose.
The last thing you need is 250 grams of hot fresh rice and tofu. Then you gotta sharpen your knives.
Go ahead!
Anyway, the first step is to take 2 cups of rice and set them aside.
You can either boil or steam rice by using a rice cooker or by cooking it on the stove. Now, there's not an overarching method of how to cook rice. It just depends on what kind of rice you have. Different rices make different dishes. The rice is absorbing the water, causing the rice to change form from a hard grain to something easier to chew.
Then you gotta heat your pan over medium heat. Let's check if it's hot.
No, go ahead!
You're not my dad! That's my line, right? Add the oil and increase the heat. Wink.
So, if we were to use a wok, woks are made for making Chinese food because it has a bigger surface area. In the Chinese culture, they like to eat together. That's why they make a lot of food. They are heating up from the steam released by the bottom layer instead of touching the bottom of the pan where the oil is. Oil is used to avoid the food sticking to the bottom of the pan and also to enhance the flavor of the food. The compounds that make the flavorful are nonpolar, so oil is also nonpolar and can bond with the compounds and enhance the flavor.
Add the broccoli and water and stir the fry until the broccoli is bright green. Then you gotta add in the rest of the vegetables. And you stir fry until crisp. Combine the soy sauce, broth, and cornstarch in a little bowl and pour it in. You smell that? It smells like high quality dish.
By adding cornstarch to soy sauce, this creates an acid-base reaction. The soy sauce has acid in it and the cornstarch neutralizes it. The cornstarch also thickens the broth in a combination reaction, which just means that two things turn into one.
When everything is done frying, serve over rice and enjoy. Wow, we're about to eat it. Come on, guys. This is really good. Best enjoyed with loved ones.
Super bien.